187 Detroit's homicide. You listen to Mike and Tyler. Hi now. Órale, vida la loca.
You are listening to Count It Out with Mike and Tyler.
Well, we are live, pals, and welcome to another edition of the Bill Apter Seal of Approve Count It Out with Mike and Tyler. My name is Tyler, and I am not only joined by Lucy the cat, who just did a run-in already, but I'm also joined by Mike this week. What a treat, Lucy and Mike.
Hey, can I try something? And I know I could do it 1,000 times in a row on the same podcast and it won't get tiresome and you won't get sick of it, okay? Tyler Wolf. Tyler Wolf. I bet we could do that 1,000 times and not get tired of it and not get sick of it, right?
Yeah, that's my name. I'm a mark for myself, so.
Oh, I guess the joke just fucking went flat, but that
once you started cheering for me, I could give. That's just like, hell yeah, we can.
That's where I'm starting this week. That chant, holy crap, man! I never want to hear it again. The fact that we heard it multiple times on every single broadcast, from Raw to SmackDown to NXT to fucking a billion times that Perth show. I never want to hear it again.
They were chanting my name on all of those shows, and I missed it. Did anybody get a screen recording of this? Because we've got a new intro for Count It Out with Mike and Tyler, if that's the point. Well, not a lot to talk about this week. Pretty slow week in the world of wrestling.
Yeah, I don't even know if we should bother having a show this week.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and wrap it up here. I think we could talk about my huge victory in fantasy football this week.
Your huge victory.
You had a huge...
You're not the one in third place.
I'm in fourth place. It's fine.
You are in fourth place. I did what you couldn't do last week and defeated your wonderful wife.
First of all, I have not been able to defeat my wonderful wife in 10 years. So in life, she is the winner. Yes, your name was being cursed throughout my house, not just by me this week, by both of us. So.
I'm sure it was.
We bonded this week over our mutual despise for you. So
yeah, I had a good week in fantasy this week. I just had a good week to go against her. She was in bye week hell this week.
Yeah, she had her big players on bye week, and yeah. You got your last big week out of George Pickens there, which will be nice.
So yeah, that puts me in a good mood. I'm not even gonna talk about our beloved Bengals.
Hey, Joe Flacco had the boys rolling though. Not bad for old man Joe. We'll see him on Thursday. This Thursday.
I'm so sick of everybody talking about how old and decrepit that man is when he's 4 years younger than I am.
Yeah, but in NFL years, that is like a senior citizen. It's like cat years, except opposite. Yeah. Joe Flacco, everybody, I laugh at all the comments that everybody's like, Joe Flacco playing for the Cincinnati Bengals is like senior citizen abuse because of all the hits that the Bengals quarterbacks take. He's not wrong. But anyways, football sucks this year, so we're not. Football's dead to me right now because the Bengals suck and Mike's beating me in fantasy football, so everything sucks. But there's a whole lot of wrestling to talk about, so I figure we're just gonna go kind of in chronological order here, and let's start. We may also do a small little list at the end of the show here, depending on how long we go.
At the very least, we need to talk about that topic.
Yes, so we will get there. We will break down in no particular order this week, but 7 opponents that we would like to see AJ Styles face before he retires. And we have I want to talk about AJ's retirement a little bit later in the show because I think it's going to be something completely different than what we're expecting, but that's a hot take for later in the show.
for sure.
But let's go back all the way 1 week in time. The TNA versus NXT show happened
Yeah,
last week. Showdown
last Tuesday. Yeah,
last Tuesday. We recorded before that show happened. So now that we both had a chance, and I actually watched the whole show. And here's my funny take.
Sp- Speaking of whole shows, can you believe this? I watched 12 hours of wrestling in 8 days. I don't remember the last time I've done that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't remember the last time I did that because I watched all of NXT, both episodes, because I watched last night's episode as well. I watched Raw this week, and I watched Bound for Glory and the Perth show.
It's
Like
crazy.
that's unfounded for me.
I want to focus right now on the NXT versus TNA show.
Me too.
You know what I find really really funny is that I think I'm the opposite of everybody else right now. All these people are being like, man, this partnership with NXT and WWE is really putting a lot of eyes on TNA and really like getting me to know a new product. It's the exact
You're not,
opposite for me.
you're not saying that though.
Well, the wrestling
I've heard you
world.
say that. I don't hear any like. I don't hear anybody saying. I never see on the internet going, "Hey, have you discovered TNA?" You know what I mean. I don't. I'm not seeing
It's not
that.
discovering TNA. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, like getting to know their talent, getting to know their product instead of just like people know what TNA is, but I don't think a lot of people
Yeah.
watch it, right?
Right.
I don't know fuck all about NXT, and through I'm interested in
Well,
NXT more now because of this
because of
TNA thing.
TNA.
Yeah.
I'm discovering more about. I'm in the same boat as you because a lot of these NXT people that I am now getting a little bit more invested in, I didn't know shit about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and
I
I just still don't
so
care. I don't like
I do.
NXT.
I do 100% care because I'm seeing these people that I want to know more about. This Lilani Jordan, I need to go back and see what she's been doing all year. I do plan on going back and watching what she's been doing all year because she has like probably not this year, but if she goes on this track, she could be woman of the year next year. Like this woman is I'm seeing something special in her, but not only her, a lot of the women that we're seeing coming up in both these companies. They're gonna be not that the women's division is shoddy by any means right now, but it's in goddamn good hands. I'll tell you that for the future.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
I though I will say I did find the women's elimination match to be a little clustery, a little botchy.
yeah.
It wasn't I
I'm
think it
not.
was the weakest match on the show, unfortunately.
It definitely was the weakest match on the show. I don't know if it was opening jitters or what. Uh, and I'd like to blame it on the booking, but I don't think it was the booking.
Well, I'll tell
Uh,
you exactly what went wrong with the match. They didn't have Jody Thread in it, so
wow, that's
if
it.
Jody was in there, everything would have been smooth, but that's just my biased opinion.
We'll talk about Jody later on. I have things to say about Jody.
What did you think about the show overall though?
I enjoyed it. I mean, it didn't break the mold. It didn't. There was nothing. I didn't call you right away going, holy shit, holy shit. You know what I mean? But was it a solid, entertaining show? 100% it was. Did it give me what I needed and what I wanted? I was happy the Hardy Boys beat Dark State because that was a phenomenal match, by the way, and
It was a good match.
having them go over was the right thing to do.
I love all the comments of because NXT is like the developmental territory, and all the comments are everybody's like that young upstart T and the Hardy Boys. Like
Yeah.
I laugh at that. Ethan Page had a good tweet about
Uh,
that.
and then, let's talk about Ethan Page. Man, if I didn't hate Ethan Page with every fiber of my body, he'd be my favorite wrestler.
Yeah,
Okay, and I thought about this while watching last night's NXT episode. Ethan Page is in a different universe. I would be sitting here saying how great Ethan Page is. I won't allow myself to say that because I hate Ethan Page with every molecular piece of me. But my God, is he good? And his match with Mustafa Ali was nothing short of probably one of NXT's best matches this year.
I, I feel like
That bump.
yeah, it was
Oh,
crazy. I feel like Mustafa came into that match with a bit of a chip on his shoulder, like
mhm.
like a fuck you chip on his shoulder.
he should.
Mhm.
As he should. Because, I mean, he got the fuck around from WWE a few times. You know what I mean? And so when he comes in going, hey, look, I'm with a company now that's helping me, doing me right here. Look what I can do. I mean, another man who probably feels like that, felt like that coming in was Matt Cardona. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Cardona and NXT, it's not doing it for me.
And he only had one match.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I've got some issues with this kind of crossover thing right now, and I'm gonna vent a little bit. I thought this show was great from top to bottom. I really enjoyed this show.
Overall, I got nitpicks here and there between this and we'll talk about Bound for Glory later. I've got nitpicks, but overall, I think they're finally getting on track with this
See,
crossover thing.
and now I thought they were, and now I think they're not.
I think they made one big mistake that's a setback at Bound for Glory that we'll get to. But
Okay, so but that's going to tie into my point here. So,
okay,
I despise the way that this show ended on NXT last week. I despised it.
what with Trick
No,
fucking off and
no, I love that. So,
then what was your problem?
well, first of all, Joe Hendry should have just stayed in the fucking fridge because he was useless in that match. Like,
why
what
did
was the
anybody
point?
think he'd be anything but?
But what was the point? And he wasn't even on Bound for Glory. So
No,
like, what
no.
are we even doing here? Like,
Exactly.
opportunity missed. Whatever. Team TNA wins. The men win. I think that was great. That was the right booking
100%.
call. Santana needed to be there.
Yep.
I personally would have had Leon Slater be a survivor as well because I really think everything in the world needs to revolve around him right now. I thought that was a mistake to not have him be one of the last survivors. I was fine with it being Moose because Moose is like Mr. TNA. I get that as well, but Leon should have been there. Although he did get the showcase very well, so I'm not speaking. But my problem is after the match, and we cut backstage. First of all, it was 2-2, so we have no winner. It's a tie, which is stupid because this is promoted as NXT versus TNA.
There should have been 5 matches.
Yeah, so we have a tie, which is stupid. And then Santina and Ava are just like, oh, okay, we're cool now.
Oh yeah, no,
Hey, why don't you bring all your knockouts over here?
No,
it's like, what?
I repressed that. I completely forgot about that because I hated it so fucking much. I'm on your camp with that. When I watched that, I said, "What? How does that make any sense? Why are they all like, oh, okay, thanks for coming in, buddy?" And isn't this what I said last week? Though I said, don't push this as an invasion thing because this is not an invasion. This is Ava going, we have differences. Why don't you come and play with us and we'll settle it? There was never did I feel like this was a blood feud or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this
and then
felt serious to me.
And then NXT immediately reneges on it and interferes in the Bound for Glory X Division title match. Like, got some problems with that booking. Did not like that. I felt very underwhelmed leaving that. But we will vent.
We could have an entire show dedicated to that match and that outcome.
But overall, the show was great. Let's move on to Crown Jewel. I only watched Cena versus AJ on this show. So you can kind of take the lead here. I'm
sorry for you. That you need to do yourself a favor and go watch the show because I'm going to tell you right now, it's I don't think it's going to win out, but it is in contention right now to go up against my 2 other contenders for best booked pay-per-view of the year. It was I loved the show from beginning to end. Do I have little problems with it here and there? Yeah. We're going to start off. I want to talk about this is going to go into. Did you watch Raw last night, or at least
I know what happened? Yeah, I know what happened
because this is going to go into that too. I have an issue, and I want to see if I'm just nitpicking or if you agree with me. I want to start with the opening match. We had Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. The Usos were told not to interfere, but Roman was getting fucked over, so they did. They came in. I think what was it? I think it was Jay accidentally speared
Jimmy. No, Jay. Jay did. Yeah,
I think it was it. I accidentally speared Roman. Blah blah blah. Roman loses. Okay, but now they're doing this whole like
Like,
dissension within
I
the
don't
ranks
want to
thing.
see you till Christmas, all right? I don't want to see you till Christmas.
Like why are we doing this again? Why are we telling the story again? And it doesn't feel any different than it did 6 years ago. Why are we? I don't understand why they only really started getting back to track as a family a year ago. Why are we doing this dissension in the ranks story again?
It's different this time though.
But it feels like they just ran out of ideas. I'm going to tell you, I don't like this. I feel no need for this story right now.
It's different now because this time it's not Roman being a dick that's like, I'm better than you, screw you guys. It's Roman doubting himself and
Yeah,
people thinking that Roman can't win without help.
and I get that, and I like that part of it, but I just don't see like because to me the way it's leading, it looks like they're going for a Jay heel turn,
Yes,
and
which
and
is
I don't
different
I
also.
and it's different, but I don't think we need it right now. I
Yeah,
don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know where we're heading with Survivor Series right now either.
Survivor Series looks weird. I don't know what we could be expecting right now because
Like it looks like we're gonna get one, Seth's injury is gonna change a lot of stuff, obviously. We'll talk about that in a minute. But like it looks like we're gonna get like Roman, the Usos, Jacob Fatu, Punk, and I don't know,
yeah,
Sami Zayn or LA Knight
yeah,
against like Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed,
yeah.
like that
Uh,
group of people.
Everything I'm reading
Austin
is
Theory's getting a new push.
everything I'm reading involves all the people you just mentioned, except for Austin Theory.
No, he
Um,
apparently
and
Austin was slotted to be in Vision with
no,
Seth before the injury.
okay, I have things to talk about that too. But the man that's not being mentioned for all this that surprises me is John Cena.
Hmm.
Now my question here: what are we doing with John at Survivor Series, and are we doing anything? Maybe that's not on his slide. He's only got 4 dates left. Is
Three.
Survivor Series not
He's scheduled
no
for or 4 dates. So you're right.
four?
It's Survivor Series, Boston, New York, Washington.
So do you think it's a missed opportunity not having him in this in War Games, or do you think there's
Yeah.
something better to do with him?
No, because like if Brock's going to be in War Games, then Cena needs to be in War Games.
Well,
Otherwise, what was the
that's it.
point?
What was the point?
There was no
I
point.
because right now, how do you go from having some good matches to being squashed in 5 seconds to going into having one of the best matches of 2025 without even thinking about what just happened last month? I don't understand that booking. I don't understand that at all.
Remember a couple weeks ago when we talked about where do you rank this? The thumbs are slowly
Uh,
angling
I'm
lower and
still I'm
lower.
that match with AJ fucking.
We'll talk about the match with AJ. I have a different take on that match than a lot of people do.
Well, you've been jerking off about it all week, so there's no way
Yeah, but
you're going to say anything bad about it.
but I have a very different take on it. Looks like Seth Rollins though is going to miss a significant amount of time. He will probably be getting
Yeah.
shoulder surgery. What do we do with the world title?
What do we do with the world title? Well, this sucks because my what I wanted to do with the world title is now moot. I wanted him to hold it until WrestleMania. I wanted Braun Breaker to win the Royal Rumble and have him and have Seth and Braun at WrestleMania. That was my vision. See what I did there?
Oh,
Um,
I get it.
but obviously that's not going to happen now. They pulled the trigger on the heel turn early, or I don't know who turned heel in that. That was very confusing to me.
Yeah.
But so they pulled the trigger on Braun's dissension early. So what do you do now? I don't want to put the title on Braun too early.
Which I think it is much too early right now.
Much too early. You can't do it any earlier than WrestleMania. You can't. So
Even that I
what do
think
you?
is early.
So what do you do? You pull Seth's gone, right? You can't have Seth drop the titles. You have to strip Seth, right?
Yeah. Punk's your number one contender. Punk is scheduled for a title shot at Saturday night's main
That's
event.
right. That's right. He won that triple threat.
The rumors
So
I'm hearing are Punk and Braun at Saturday night's main event for the title.
Pumpkin Braun or Pumpkin Bronson both could work.
I have a couple different. I have a couple different takes on it.
Okay.
Um, Brock Lesnar,
What?
because he can just slide into Seth's role and it makes sense. Short title run
How does it make sense?
because he's with Heyman, so he
Uh,
just takes Seth's
yeah,
spot.
okay. All right. You win with the Heyman connection. Okay.
And that's not what I'm saying.
No,
What I would like to happen.
no, I
Because
don't want that to happen.
what I would like to
Yeah.
happen will never happen. I would like to see Punk and Cena fight at Saturday Night's Main Event with Cena winning the belt again, but that won't happen. So
No, it will happen.
you could also maybe put Gunter back in there if he's ready. Punk and Gunter
Yeah.
SummerSlam rematch, the two last
Yeah.
champions fighting for the belt. Gunter goes over, fights Cena for the belt in his last match.
I like that. Yeah. Where I'm lost on the news too. What is the injury and where did it happen?
Shoulder injury on the coast to coast headbutt dive.
What a move. What
Well, apparently not.
that right. What a moment though. Let's be honest. Like that was one of my holy shit moments when I watched that. You
I
you
saw
didn't
the
watch that
clip.
match, eh?
I didn't. I saw the clips of it. It looked like
That,
obviously those guys, they've never had a bad match since Cody's
yeah.
been back and even
I
before Cody left.
I really enjoyed the match and the finish was fantastic because they were planting the seeds even so obviously they didn't know he was going to get injured. I feel like they were planting the seeds for Cody to or for Seth to possibly turn face because he was almost torn on whether or not to use that Rolex. He did it, but he wasn't sure if he should. And I really liked what they were kind of doing right there. But in the end, of course, he did it and really smucked Cody in the face with that Rolex. I like that. They really sold that.
I really think though that
I like that match a lot.
I really think that a crossroad off the top rope, they should have saved that for a bigger, like a different match then, where that would actually be the finish because that was fucking
Sure.
crazy.
I agreed.
I don't
Yep.
like that, but
Yeah.
well, let's talk about Cena and AJ because I'm interested to. We haven't actually talked about this match, you and I. We
So
just
no. So I went from enjoying the match to getting so angry with the match to loving the match. I had like a spectrum of emotions during the viewing of this match
all right.
because I went from okay, that's cool. He I can't remember the order of what he did, but
Yeah,
whatever he did
The
first
Miz and Rusev and
was
then
it. Yeah,
Jericho.
sure. When the first time he did something, the skull crushing finale. Oh, that's funny. Then he did another one. I'm like, all right. But then he did a third one. I'm like, come on. Like, what are we watching here? I don't want this anymore. Then there's a fourth one. I'm like, fuck. But then I see what they were doing.
Well, because then
Then
AJ started doing it too, right?
exactly. If they would have stopped right there at the fourth one, I would have been like, that was fucking stupid. That was too much. Why even the but the fact that they kept going and they kept doing it, they turned the match about that. I started getting into it. I really enjoyed it. The Bray Wyatt spot was beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, that was
You could
that.
not. I could not have expected the fans to
Yeah,
react the way they did.
that
That was
was
amazing.
that one touched the soul for sure. That
A
was a
hundred
beautiful
percent.
moment, and that's one of the best moments of the year.
Um, AJ got, in my estimation, the best ring announcement of the year.
Yeah, that was cool, and that was a
I
shoot too, right?
absolutely that was 100% a shoot. You could see in AJ's face as soon as she mentioned the Bullet Club, he's
Yeah,
like,
he's like,
"Holy
"Oh
shit!"
shit!" That which they've since edited off the broadcast.
Yeah, you know who else probably said "Oh shit" to that? Finn Balor sitting in the back going, "Excuse me."
Yeah, Ken, Kenny Omega's gonna send a mean tweet on Twitter now.
Especially when she called him the ace and the undisputed boss of the Bullet Club. Finn Balor sitting in the back going, "Fuck you."
Who do you think? Who do you think the best leader of the Bullet Club was?
We've had this discussion. I believe we even had possibly a list. I'll always go back to Finn Balor. For me, it's all you always go back to the beginning. Um, I I know it's not a popular decision. People don't usually agree with me with that, but I'll always go back to Finn Balor.
I think I go with Kenny Omega personally.
Sure,
I
sure,
think I think at the you take it at its height, right?
yeah. I really enjoyed the original incarnation.
Oh
I
yeah,
give him credit.
I mean, I don't think like
Yeah,
the up until Omega left, I don't think there was really a weak Bullet Club leader. Like even Jay
No.
White was pretty good. Like,
Yeah.
but it definitely took a turn since then.
Um, but the match itself, even take away all those, opponent finishers, it was a really good match. They told a great story. AJ, I know he's retiring and all, and I know he's like what, 50,
Give or
but
take, yeah.
close to. Um, but god damn, the man can still go.
Oh, he's incredible.
He's still so good.
Love the throwback TNA gear he was wearing as well.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
cool. So here's my take on this because I really enjoyed this match and I would say that it would be I don't think it takes my match of the year, but
well, that's not what you've been saying all week.
it's definitely a contender for match of the
I've
year.
got I've got 42 texts that say otherwise.
Yeah, but I never said it was my match of the year. I said it's an incredible match. I said go out of your way to watch it. I really sung the praises of this match, and I did. I really enjoyed watching it. And I think that this match only worked because it was Cena and AJ. I don't
Yeah,
like,
well, yeah.
because I don't like matches that are built like this usually. I don't like matches
No,
that are,
no, and that's why I was starting to get upset with it. I'm
yeah,
like, what are you guys doing? You're ruining this. But like I said, because like if they had only gone as far as like the fourth move, I would have been upset. The fact that they took it, sometimes it's like something can be, you overdo something, it gets boring, and then it gets exciting again. That's what this was. This was just like they had to push the boundaries to make me see what their vision was, to make me see what they were trying to do, and then I enjoyed it. And the fact that AJ got involved as well. If AJ didn't start doing his moves as well,
well, because AJ did all the TNA guys' moves, right? He did Frankie Kazarian's cutter. He
yeah,
did the Kojita
exactly.
clutch for Joe. He did the One Wing Angels for
Eh,
Daniels.
Except for that he threw out a super kick, and I don't, to my knowledge, he's never wrestled Shawn Michaels, so that
No,
was
but
weird.
damn, did he ever try though? He really pushed it
Oh,
hard.
I know.
Right. But I just thought, and Shawn Michaels and John Cena had incredible matches together. And I'm not like Cena's
Sure
not
did.
throwing a super kick. Let's be real.
No, he's not.
Like, right. So
Apparently, he's not throwing a 619 either.
that was a great call, like a great
Yeah,
spot they called on the fly for
that
sure.
was, what was it? Wade Barrett. He's like, I want to see that too, but it's not happening.
Um, but yeah, I just thought because it was these two guys, it worked beautifully. Now,
Yeah,
if you did that on Monday Night Raw with I don't know, Ray Phoenix and JD McDonough, like that match is shit to me. You know what I mean? But
uh, no, you do that match. You do
with
that match with
anybody,
Seth, you do that match with Seth Rollins and CM Punk, and the match is shit to me.
yeah,
It
I
it,
don't.
it only worked in that circumstance. It worked. You do this match 2 years ago, and it's shit to me.
I mean, I remember a
This match
few.
worked because it was John. It's where it is, when it is, who it is.
I
This match doesn't work anywhere else.
I remember a few years ago, like Josh Alexander and Eric Young did that in a TNA title match, and the match was still good, and they just dedicated a small like random moves throughout the match to like it was like a Slammiversary, so they were honoring the past of TNA, like they did the
Yeah,
Styles Clash and a couple other moves, and like that was fine, but like it's not like I would rather just see them have a match than do stuff like that. But
but
because of
sometimes
where
these
we
matches
are,
are,
it
yeah,
works sometimes. Because
yeah,
of where we are in Cena's retirement, and because they just like AJ just announced, like I'm officially going to be done next year.
and that had a lot to do with it as
This was
well.
perfect. Absolutely, it was perfect.
I read this, and I believe Michael Cole said these words. I looked at this as a love letter to professional wrestling.
Yeah, and I'm
And,
cool with that.
and Michael Cole himself said those words at the end. He says, "This is why we fell in love and are still in love with professional wrestling."
Mm.
Michael Cole has said that once before, a few years ago. He said something very similar. When Michael Cole says those words, I don't know why. When Cole says, "This is why we love professional wrestling," I almost get teary eyed because that reminds me of why and people can come at me all they want with their JRs. This is why I consider Michael Cole to be the greatest of all time when it comes to that desk. I don't think anybody in that company loves that company or loves professional wrestling more than Michael Cole. Michael
I
Cole
yeah,
loves this game,
absolutely
loves it.
does. But I mean, I don't think that you can take away the love of the game for guys like JR and Gordon Soley either.
No, I'm just saying that I only use JR as an example because every time I call Michael Cole the greatest of all time, somebody always comes at me with a JR.
I do
And
think JR
you
is the greatest of all time.
and you can do that, but I'm not changing my mind. JR was my pick 5 6 years ago, but I think Michael Cole has surpassed him now.
I think Michael Cole is doing the best work of his career right now, for the most part. I do think, though, sometimes that he does get.
You only think that because Pat McAfee is gone.
I was just gonna say, I do think there are times though when Michael Cole loses track of things and gets a little too silly, and I just think JR was consistently good all the
Yeah.
time.
Oh,
I
yeah,
I, I think
yeah.
I think there's a
Not
lot.
not like he didn't have an addiction to fruity Skittles or anything like that.
Okay, but that's him being forced to do stuff though, right? Like Michael Cole was forced to do a lot of shit too, right? Like, and I actually really like the JR Fruity Skittles.
Oh my God.
It's just so funny. But like anything that JR did that was cringy bad, like him and Michael Cole both had their cringy bad heel turns, right? That and Michael Cole's was really bad because as a
And I'll never
character,
agree with that. I'll never agree with that because the coal mine stuff was amazing.
it was his work was great in it, but unfortunately he was a commentator and it ruined all the shows because he had to play heel the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? Like it took away
It
from
never
so
works.
much.
It also never works to play. Your play-by-play guy can't be heel. Your
No.
color guy can be heel.
Mhm.
Your color guy, that's a trope as old as time. You throw in a former wrestler in a color spot to throw some heel stuff in. We've been watching it since the days of Jesse Ventura and even before. But
Um,
but as your play-by-play has to be the straight man. He has to be.
yeah, I agree.
And that's why we lost it on Cole. But his work was phenomenal.
Yeah, second best in the company for sure.
He's all
Just like Ric
well,
Flair's the second best horseman.
but JR's not 1-0 at WrestleMania.
That's fair. That is fair. Michael Cole undefeated at WrestleMania. Take that, Undertaker. While we're on the topic of AJ, do you want me to quickly run through my top seven of who I think he
You
should?
want you want to do that now?
Yeah, why not?
All right, let's do it.
So this is kind of similar to what we did
Because I
with
got some
John.
names too.
This is similar to what Mike did last year with John Cena. This is in no particular order, except for the last two. I'm going the last three actually. I'll
Can
put in
you?
order.
Here's what I want from you though, and I didn't know. I thought we were going to say this next week, so I didn't give you the criteria. I'm going to put you on the spot then.
Yeah,
For your last one that you say, I want your number one to
his
be
retirement.
his retirement match, but I also want you to tell me where you want it.
Oh,
Not the city or anything, but what show?
okay. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
fine okay.
all right.
Um, I don't know if we get AJ Styles much further than WrestleMania. That's my opinion.
Okay, I got him going quite a bit farther than that.
I don't think he goes the whole year. We're not getting a John Cena retirement tour here.
I got him going all the way to October.
Random event in October.
Not random.
I'm gonna say WrestleMania.
Okay.
Maybe SummerSlam, but I think he leaves at WrestleMania. I don't think we get it. I don't think we have a lot of AJ Styles time left. And I don't think that we're gonna get a lot of these big matches that are going to happen. But
Probably not.
I'll throw out seven. And
Okay.
the number seven spot, I'll even rank them and how much I want to see this happen.
Okay.
Number seven spot, I put Shinsuke Nakamura on the list.
He's on my list as well.
He has a great history with Nakamura,
Yep.
Wrestle Kingdom, WrestleMania. I
Uh-huh.
believe, as far as I know, they're the only two guys that have
I
worked each other
I
at Wrestle Kingdom and WrestleMania.
they also forgive my use of the R word, but they need retribution for their WrestleMania.
I do not forgive you use for the R word.
They need redemption. Is that a better one? They need
Yeah.
redemption for their WrestleMania, whatever that was.
Um, I'm just gonna blow through these quickly. Number six, I put CM Punk because I've never seen
He
AJ Styles and CM
uh,
Punk work.
also on my list. Have they
Number
had any matches like in ROH or Japan or anything? No way.
Punk and AJ have in ROH. They
In
were
ROH,
in
okay.
ROH.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They were in the finals of the first ever pure title tournament.
Never in TNA though, eh?
Not as no, not as not that I
No.
can recall.
No, okay. No, that CM Punk was like my number 3 on my list. Yeah.
Number five for me, I've got Cody Rhodes because they've never fought each other as far as I know.
He was my number 3, number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, okay. Didn't they have like a could have swore they had something.
I
But
don't
anyways,
recall that they
yeah.
have, but I
No,
mean, I'm
maybe they
not
haven't,
saying.
but either way I want to see it. Yes.
Okay, now we get into the top four here, and these are where I like to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah,
Number four, Roman Reigns.
sure.
They have had incredible matches in the past. I think it was Roman's little feud with AJ that put AJ on the map in the WWE that they had after WrestleMania there, after AJ's debut. So I think Roman and AJ one more time, turn the hands back time, little throwback.
Sure.
Number three,
Yep.
this is the only one that I don't think will happen, but I think it should happen almost more than any of them.
Yep.
Six-man tag match versus
Oh
Judgment
god.
Day, teaming with Gallows and Anderson.
I hate everything about this.
Why?
And Gallus, well, number one, Gallus and Anderson's are not coming back.
For
Number two,
a one-off with AJ, I guarantee you they would.
who says WWE wants them?
Yeah, but I'm sure AJ, but
Obviously, they're damaged goods.
I don't think so. Their relationship's still fine with WWE.
Depending on what day of the fucking week it is with fucking bipolar Anderson over there.
Business is
Uh,
business, man.
no, I don't like this. And when I tell you who I want on my list, you'll understand why.
I think that Gallows, Anderson, AJ together against Judgment Day, which includes Finn Balor,
Obviously,
is a
um,
very
part.
emotional match for everybody involved.
I'll give 2 reasons. Number one, my number my number 2 on my list is AJ and Finn. I don't want a team match. I just want AJ and Finn to go at it one last time.
We've seen it a million times.
I don't care. One last time. But because we could have said the same thing about John and Randy, but we wanted it for that last run, didn't we?
Yeah.
The other thing, by the time we get that far, I don't want Judgment Day around anyway. I want Judgment Day to dissolve. I'm done with Judgment Day.
In your world, we get to October. In my world, I don't think we do.
No, but you want to get to WrestleMania. I want Judgment Day gone before fucking Royal Rumble. I want Judgment Day gone.
I mean, they're barely hanging on.
I want Dominic Mysterio getting pushed to the moon. JD Madonna can go do whatever the fuck he wants. Finn, I don't know what's going on with Finn. I think they've lost. I think we've lost the window on Finn ever making a big comeback. So, but I think it's time to say goodbye to Judgment Day and hello to Dominic Mysterio.
Well, I think we've pretty much already done that. My number
Okay,
two.
what's your number 2?
A return to TNA to face Leon Slater.
That's my number 1, and that's why we're going to October because I wanted up Bound for Glory.
Yeah,
I won his very last match. The first X Division champion versus the current X Division champion.
Now let's get back.
Glory,
let's get back to the realms of reality, though, where the WWE will never. Why would you want, from a business standpoint, why would you allow AJ Styles to retire in TNA and not your company?
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's terrible business.
And I don't think it is at all.
It's awful business if you're the WWE.
They can still make money from it.
How?
They have a fucking deal with this company.
Yeah.
You don't think they're making money off this deal?
There's not a chance in hell that the WWE will allow AJ Styles to not retire with them.
Okay.
This is a great number 2 moment, and AJ and Leon Slater, I love everything you said about it. There is no chance that AJ Styles retires in TNA wrestling. I would love it to happen. I would love it to happen. But this is not. There's no chance that AJ retires in TNA wrestling. Now, I do think he fights in TNA wrestling. I do think, though, it will be against Frankie Kazarian, unfortunately, and not Leon Slater. But I hope I'm wrong on that.
Frankie was my number 7. I had 3 TNA guys on my list.
I think AJ's only fighting once in TNA.
I think you're probably right, but I had 3 guys on my personal want list. Frankie was one of them, Leon was one of them, and Steve Macklin was one of them.
Okay. Macklin, I didn't even think about him, and I love me some Macklin, but it just
basically just because Macklin's my favorite TNA wrestler, and I want to see my favorite TNA wrestler versus the best TNA wrestler of all time. That's purely from the heart, and I consider, even though he's not, I do consider Macklin to be the face of TNA. I know he's not. Don't argue with me because I know he's not. But I don't think anybody bleeds TNA more than Macklin these days. So to see the current, in my mind, face of TNA versus the real face of TNA, the face that runs the place, I think would be a phenomenon. Not to mention, it's just going to be a fucking great match.
yeah, I'm not denying that. I think that we see AJ once in TNA, and that's it.
Well, if it's only once, it's got to be Slater. It has to be.
I agree. I would like that as well. The only way that I've got a sidebar of how I would like this to end compared to what I think it's going to end. So I have two ways I'd like it to end. My number 1 I put is fuck man, it's Gunter. Keep it going. Goldberg, Cena, AJ.
I'm on the Cena train. I don't like it for AJ.
I mean, I only put Gunter as my number 1 if he gets Cena. Now, realistically, what I would love to see and how I would like to see AJ retire is I'd like to see AJ Styles win the Royal Rumble and lose at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes and retire.
I'm down with that.
That's
okay with that.
That's what I would like to see.
I'm with you on that one.
That's what my hopes and my goals are. I only put Gunter as my number 1. Number 1, Gunter and AJ will have an incredible match. But I mean, if this is kind of Gunter's new gimmick of I'm retiring everybody, then fucking put AJ on the list too. Right? But I'm really hopeful that we see and you know what? You could even do that for the title because you could easily have Gunter be the champion going into WrestleMania too. But I would like to see AJ Styles challenge and lose the world title match at WrestleMania and retire.
That's funny because you just pretty much proved my own thoughts wrong because I was thinking a couple days ago how I don't think anybody's going to talk me out of my idea that the only 2 people in the whole world that I want to see winning the Royal Rumble in 2026 are either Dominic Mysterio or Braun Breaker. No one else.
Dominic already too soon.
But I don't agree. But you just proved if AJ was to win that, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, I don't want to see Breaker win the Rumble yet. I think it's still now that with the Seth injury, it's a little different, but I still think we're a little too early on Breaker.
Let's move on. I want to. We're gonna finish up talking about the Perth show in a minute, but before we do, I want to talk about the Vision. Now that I don't know what's going on with if it's still a thing, or if it's breaking up or whatever, but what overall over the last 6 months, what was your feeling on that stable?
Boring.
Thank you. Okay. Is there not one thing you think could have saved that stable? That stable could have been really, really good. All 3 guys together could have been really, really good with one thing changing. I swap out Paul Heyman for Triple H and give us Evolution. Triple H is Ric Flair, Seth is Triple H, Bronson is Batista, and Braun is Randy Orton. Give us Evolution. Those 3 guys could make that work.
I don't hate that. I don't know if those are the guys I would put in that group though.
I don't think those are the guys I would have chose initially, but when I saw them together, I said that could have worked. Now, I did always, when I thought about this a while back, I did always want Braun in an Evolution stable, but I thought of Braun in the Batista role. But where he is now, he could definitely be the Randy role because I think Braun is going to be the breakout star of the decade when he really breaks out, I guess. I always thought of him as, the next Brock Lesnar or somebody like that who's just
like the next big thing.
Kick your ass. Exactly. Who's just going to come kick your ass and leave. But there's so much more to him.
He's fast.
He's fast. He actually has charisma. I think he's going to become a really good storyteller. I'm really really high on Braun Breaker right now.
Me too. He's got a great
Let's
look.
let's talk about Bronson Reed for a second. What are your overall thoughts on Bronson Reed?
Um, I don't
Great big
have,
man, great big
I
man,
don't have any issues with him,
right?
but he's not a standout to me.
And why? I agree with you, but why? What does WWE need to do, or what does Bronson need to do to get him to that next level? Because I
I,
agree, he's
I think
not
we need to see
there
more.
yet.
I think we need to see more of what he's currently doing, more character work out of him.
Yeah,
Because the WWE, like him just being a menacing big man,
yeah,
we got that. We've got that with a lot of people.
yeah.
Like that doesn't do anything that stands out compared to any of the other big guys on the roster.
Right.
What's the difference between him and Ivar at that point? You know what I mean? Or him and Omos? Like, but I'm serious though.
No, I know it's funny to hear that out loud, but you're
Yeah,
not wrong.
but it's true. But that being said, I think that there is a wealth of potential in him, and I do think that I don't think he's ever going to be the guy that you build your company around and that's going to main event a WrestleMania or anything like that. But I see a really strong upper mid carder in him.
So before we put a pin in this pay-per-view and move on to Bound for Glory, a couple other small things I want to talk about. Number one, the women's crown jewel match I thought was phenomenal.
I heard
I
it
know
was
you
very
haven't
good.
watched. I know you haven't watched it. Please go watch it. Off air, I was ranting about Stephanie Vaquer to you because I think
Yeah.
she is phenomenal.
I think she's great as well. She's had a great year.
Um, uh, that match with Tiffany Stratton, because I've never been high on Tiffany, but Tiffany really held her own, and they had a great match, great story told. I really loved it. The right person won. Then we have Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus the Kabuki Warriors. I need to talk about this because number one, I'm loving this storyline.
Mhm.
I'm loving everything about this storyline. Um, but before we came online, I told you, you laughed at me because I said, man, I really want to talk about sometime, like maybe we should make an extra award at the end of the year for best heel or best face because I need to talk about these people who are doing these great jobs. And you laughed at me and said, well, don't we have this outlet called a podcast where you can talk about that? So I'm going to talk about it. I want to talk about right now the person who I think would be, if we did have an award for heel of the year, who it would be for me, and that's Asuka. Asuka is doing some of the greatest heel shit I've ever seen right now.
Mhm.
I Asuka, number one, let's just call it what it is. Asuka is one of the best women wrestlers in the world.
Yeah.
She definitely is a first ballot Hall of Famer when it comes to WWE. But the stuff she's doing right now, the way she treats Carrie Sane,
Mhm.
what she did to Io Sky,
It's gonna be
I'm
a great
loving all of
babyface
it
turn for Kairi Sane too.
100%. I'm loving every little inch of it, and I can't wait to see more.
Yeah,
Asuka is my heel of the year right now.
fair.
That's really fun.
I
Um,
love me some Asuka.
but and the storyline, of course, continued on Raw. We're gonna get to see some great stuff. Rhea Ripley getting popped to the moon in Australia, of course.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things in the whole world is when she's getting interviewed in Australia, and they started calling somebody the C word, like the crowd did.
Asuka. And she's just
Was
like,
it Asuka? That's what I
I love my country.
thought. I lost it, man, because it was the first time. Because usually they're pretty good. WWE is pretty good at ignoring that stuff. Oh, the crowd saying something we don't like, we're just going to leave it alone and pretend
Like how they completely ignored when they chanted "We want Edge" and sang Edge's
and
theme
sang
song.
his song, and they completely no sold it. I think that I don't know. What do you do in that position? Do you think ignoring it was the right call?
100%. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. What are you going to do? But they couldn't ignore that. They did not ignore that. I loved it. All
Well,
right, you ready to talk about Bound for Glory?
let's move on to Bound for Glory here. I've got some notes written down here, and then you fill in any
I
blanks.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
How much did you watch of Bound for Glory? I watched it all, beginning to end.
I watched the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. I watched
I'm sorry.
Leon. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet Battle Royal. I watched
I said,
that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. So was
Are,
I.
are you okay?
I watched Leon versus Javon. I watched the Hardys versus Team 3D, and I watched
You
the
didn't watch
last.
Macklin versus Kaz?
No, I didn't. I put it on really, really late, and
Oh,
I just wanted to get to the Hardys versus Team 3D before I found out spoilers from it. So I kind of fast forwarded right through that and worked my way backwards. And I watched
okay.
the last 5 minutes of Trick versus Santana.
All right. So let me tell you this much. As far as I'm concerned, from my wrestling perspective, not a single bad match on the card. Bad spots, bad finishes.
Mhm.
Yes. Not a bad full match. Macklin versus Kaz is exactly what you would have wanted it to be.
Yeah, I think Macklin going over his celebrating with his mom was a great visual.
Her giving the finger was
Uh, that's
phenomenal.
that's great.
Um, uh, Tessa versus Gia Miller was way better than it had any right being. I didn't
Yeah.
think, for your personal opinions aside, she's still a good fucking wrestler.
I don't care. I'm not saying about Tessa. I could give two shits about this match. It was useless
Okay,
for.
well, it was a good match.
That's fine.
Here's my problem, but it's sad that you didn't watch it because I had something to talk about this match, and you may not get the reference because here's my only problem with it. So the finish was, and this makes no. Oh, by the way, there was a spot that I loved because I've never seen this done. So you know how TNA's ring is a little bit different than WWE's ring. It's like an indie ring where it has uh, the turnbuckles are out, right?
Mm.
So it has the protector between the post and the turnbuckle. Well, she took off not the turnbuckle
Yeah, I saw
pad,
that. I saw
back
that.
turnbuckle pad, and then put Gia Miller's head back and then pounded into it.
Yeah.
What a phenomenal spot. I absolutely loved that. But then at the finish, she's up there and she pulls out a roll of quarters.
Yeah, Nick Bockwinkel there.
Yeah, I hated this.
Or
And
I
I'll tell you
guess
why.
who was that? Henning? Who did that?
I'm pretty sure Tully must have. Did Tully ever do that?
Yeah, I'm sure, but this is an old spot from the AWA with
No, Nick Bogwinkle definitely did it.
no, Bockwinkel took the shot though, I think.
Oh, took the shot.
And Larry Zabisco exposed it. I want to say it was Kurt Hennig that hit him with it.
Okay. Well, she did the spot, and here's why I hate it. She first of all, she very openly on camera made a point of ripping the roll open so that the quarters would fly out. Be a bit better. That's like, come on now. Then she did it. The quarters fucking fly everywhere. The ref counts. Then he gets up and he looks around. And rather than being a smart referee going, hey, she fucking cheated, he looked around going, somebody lost their change. Like, fucking idiots.
I feel like
if you're gonna look at them, either do something about it or ignore it. Don't even sell it. But he's looking around like, someone need bus money? Like, fuck off. They're so dumb.
I feel like that I've already given this match enough airtime. Next. We don't need to run down every match. Let's get to some of the highlights here.
No, we don't, but I do need to talk about every match because every match has something to talk about.
Well, I don't think that match did. I'm gonna call you out on that one.
Well, we can't go back in time. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet was exactly what I wanted it to be. It was fun. We had good people going in. A lot of people I've never even heard of.
Boring. It was boring.
I didn't find it boring. I enjoyed the majority of it. I'm loving this guy with the gimmick, the hometown guy. I'm loving what he's doing right now.
That's fun. He was over.
He's a fun gimmick. Why did it take till 2025 to get this gimmick done? That's a gimmick that I'm surprised wasn't done 20 years ago. Loving everything. Then the fucking everything went to shit when Jody comes out. They fuck Jody over. Kaz comes out, attacks Jody, and apparently takes her spot. Then fucking, but why? Who gave him permission to take the spot? Like,
nobody. Kaz a dick.
That makes no sense to me. Yeah, but why was it made legal? Like Santino puts his nose in everything. Why can't Santino just be like, no, you don't get it? Like, it makes no fucking sense. Make it make sense to me. That's all. That's all I ask.
He stole their spot. They do it in the Royal Rumble.
Then Santino comes out and tries so hard to beat his Royal Rumble record by getting eliminated fast. That was a cool spot. That was fun. But then we get the first of all, I wanted Matt Cardona to win this. Let's be that was my choice for this.
I mean, I get
Uh
why he didn't because he's not under contract to TNA.
sure, but that was my choice. The funny thing is, my choice was um fuck, I can't remember who the other person was. I had three choices. I had Matt, Nemeth, and there was one other. Who was in who was the because whoever I chose, they were all in the final four. There was Ryan, Nick, Matt. Who was the fourth one? Anyways,
I
whoever
don't
that was, I
remember.
remember it was somebody that I chose.
I
Anyways,
had Nemeth Henry and AJ Francis for my picks.
anyways, um, we think that Nemeth wins. Kaz shows back up. They do this stupid thing where they both win. I don't like it at all.
See,
They
I
ruined
liked
it.
it. I like the finish. I think that it breathes some new air into a stale gimmick because
They could have done that gimmick with anybody else and I would be okay with it. But the fact that they did it with Kaz when he wasn't
Cass
even in
is
the match makes no
exactly.
sense to me.
It makes more
It may,
sense that way. Cass is the
no, I
biggest
don't.
piece of shit in TNA. He's that's been his gimmick for the last 2 years. I'm the
It just
biggest piece of
doesn't.
shit in the company. Him and Nemeth together too. They're gonna have some phenomenal sketches and promos
Yeah.
over this trophy. I think that it gives a new shot in the arm to a stale concept, and I think these are the perfect two guys to do it with. And
Kalani,
we saw how, and I'm gonna rant a little bit when we get to the main event, but we did see how some of the funness can play out during the main event, and we'll get to that.
two fun matches: Kalani Jordan versus Indy Hartwell, the 10-person hardcore war. Both fun matches. We don't have to go into them, but they were both worth watching. Now let's get into fuck. Now we got to talk
Oh,
about the X Division title.
oh, may I take the lead on this because I have so much to vent about.
Let's just say I'm going to let you take it, but before you do, I just want to say that until, and I still haven't decided. I still haven't decided if I'm letting the finish ruin it for me. But until the finish, this match was my match of the year.
Yeah, and then the finish happened.
Let's just put that out. These two put on a fucking clinic for
Unbelievable
20
match.
minutes.
Oh,
Okay,
don't even get me
let's
started on 20
let's
minutes.
just let's let's just say that. Take it over.
Okay. First of all, when is the last time that an X Division title match has had a 20-minute time limit?
I
I
don't
don't
know because
remember.
I don't know because the announcer doesn't tell us.
Second of all, when the matches all start, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for your X Division title, and it has a blank time limit. Well, they didn't do that either. They did not announce a time limit at the beginning of this match. Very, very like already I'm pissed off now. These guys have
Now,
an absolute incredible match. Like if you ever want to watch a match and it's like pinpoint a moment where you find the future of the business, there it is, right
right
there.
there, right there.
These guys are just doing amazing stuff, but it made
Loved it.
sense. The pacing was great, the psychology was great, the high flying was spectacular. The sequences didn't feel choreographed; they felt like combative. It was
Thank you.
such a refreshing take on this style of wrestling.
I could not agree with you more.
Not to mention, Leon Slater is the guy that you are banking on. He is the guy that it's been no secret. He's being the focal point that we want this guy to be the future of our company.
Mm-hmm.
The spot itself, where they were both out in the crowd and
Yeah.
couldn't and didn't. Why would it be a time limit? Why didn't you just do a double count out then?
Thank you. That's what I was just about to say. That could have fixed everything. That could have fixed, and then you do the restart, whatever. Now, I wouldn't want, for me personally, take that all out. Anyways, there's no reason for this restart thing. There was no reason for it at all. Just have a fucking finish.
Or a
Got
double
the finish.
pin? How about a double
Got the
pin?
finish. We got. Oh, don't get me started on double pins.
Listen, they happen. They're if WWE is trying to be protective over this guy and TNA is trying to be protective over this guy, there can be a non-finish that works. A double count out could have worked. I think they would have needed a bigger spot to do other than a dive to the crowd. But they could have done a spectacular high flying move that led to a double count out, shake hands, and then they could have done this post match angle that they did with the then get the same effect to lead to the tag match that they want to build to. But then you have Santino come out 5 more minutes, place is losing its mind as they should be. Get a couple high flying moves, the lights go out, and then the Retribution 2.0s come out and ruin everything, and just the absolute most sour taste that you could leave in anybody's mouth. It happens after this match.
Exactly. Um,
So why not do a double count out and then have them shake hands in the ring and then do that angle?
Now, having Darkseid come out and ruin the match, they tried their hardest. I don't know if you. Oh, who am I kidding? You didn't watch NXT last night. They tried their hardest to make it make sense last night on NXT. The Hardys even came out on NXT to be like, I'm sorry, guys. They were just doing that to get back to us because we took their titles and they know you're friends with us, and they know and they talked to Javante there. You're a fellow North Carolinian, and they're just trying to they're going through you to get to us, and we're so sorry about all that. Like, okay,
Listen,
but it doesn't unfuck the fuck.
you
Like, you guys really messed up on this.
yeah, you can't, like, first of all, if that's the storyline angle that they're going with, why didn't they just come out and make the Hardys lose to Team 3D? Like, the Hardys were on the same card. Hardys were on the same card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, which would have been even worse. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm just saying from a
No.
kayfabe standpoint, that does not make any sense at all. No, this infuriated me. They could have got the same end results without doing a stupid finish to the match, and I don't want to talk about it anymore because I'm so pissed off.
They ruined what could have been match of the year. If it wasn't for the finish, I think this would have been hands down. John Cena versus AJ is right now my number one contender. I still have a lot of research and a lot of matches to go rewatch and to watch for the first time in order to make that decision. But it wouldn't even be a decision had that match gone off perfectly.
This would have been a match of the year if you put a finish on it.
Yeah. I'm going to make my decision by the time December comes. If I'm going to let that finish fuck it all up for me.
Oh, it fucked it up for me. Not even honorable mention anymore.
Because the first 20 minutes of that match was
incredible.
Gold.
Incredible.
Gold. Anybody who hasn't seen it, please go watch that match, because if you want to see what real professional wrestling looks like, and this is the kind of professional wrestling I think everybody can get into. This is the kind of professional wrestling that it doesn't matter what your taste is. If you're a Will Ospreay fan, you're going to enjoy this. If you're a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, you're going to enjoy this. All wrestling fans can enjoy this kind of match.
This is the match that you would show a non-wrestling fan. If they asked you, hey, show me a match, make me a wrestling fan, this would be the match I would show them. And then the finish happens. And so then
and then you turn it off.
Yeah, you leave it at the count out. You leave it at the count out.
What happened? Nothing.
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. Yeah, just so infuriating.
Hardys versus Dudleys was exactly what I wanted. When I talk to you, you seem to have a little apprehensions about the match itself. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I thought this was
for seeing a bunch of men pushing 50 do what they did.
I mean, only Devon looked rough. And rightfully so. Yeah. That guy has had major back surgeries. He's had a stroke. Like, hey,
and we knew that
the fact that Devon was even able to have this match is incredible, and he still took some big fucking bumps.
When was the last match Devon worked? Like
he worked at the TNA 1000 show as like he just did a spot. Like, he didn't really do anything. Like, it's been years and years since Devon had a match, and Devon looked great. And I'm not trying to take away
He looked great. Like he didn't work great, and no one expected him to.
Hey, but you know what, though? He hit everything.
He looks a lot better at his age than I would.
And he didn't fuck anything up either. Like, he hit all of his spots. He bumped great. He took the big ladder bump. He took a twist of fate on the floor. He hit a 3D. He hit the what's up headbutt. I hope that health-wise he's feeling okay after the match, because those are some big bumps to take after all that stuff that's happened. But the only part that let's talk about what I loved about the match. I love Spike Dudley. I love
Spike out was a great. I didn't see that coming, and I loved it.
I thought the match was laid out very well. I thought it was laid out smart. They really like pushed the Dudleys hard at the beginning. I thought opening the match with a 3D right away was incredible.
Right.
Um, I thought the quick table spot of Jeff was incredible.
Mhm.
I thought Jeff's
What
swanton.
one thing that confused me, they seem to have like messed up or forgot the rules through the match. Isn't it you have to put both people through the table?
Yeah.
Okay, so they put Jeff through a table, but then throughout the match, they keep trying to put Jeff through a table again, and then Matt keeps trying to fucking like
Yeah, I mean they should
what?
have switched out a little bit, but I mean
Yeah,
also you got to think about it though. If they put Jeff through a table again, it's 2-on-1 and they'll get mad out. Maybe they're just trying to take Jeff totally out of the equation,
I guess so. Yeah.
right? Um, I thought Jeff Swanton was incredible. He hit his head so hard on the rung of the ladder on the way down. I'm
I
sure he
thought
got a concussion
there was a few bumps between that and the bump that Javante
on the apron. Evans.
Evans sorry on the apron. Between those two bumps, I thought oof, I thought we saw a couple of injuries at this show. But Javante looked okay at the end, and Jeff didn't look worse for wear.
Yeah.
And he was on NXT last night, so it doesn't look like he had a concussion or anything.
The only part that I wasn't a huge fan of was the finish. I didn't like
Okay,
I think they were really trying to recreate that like Shawn Michaels Ric Flair moment. It
me too.
just it
And it
just
was
didn't
very
feel
out of
right.
character.
It didn't feel
Yeah.
right for Bubba to just kind of be like, yeah, put me through the table. Like I would have liked to have seen like like fuck you, like give him the finger, like take one final
Yes,
swing. You know what I mean? Like but instead he
I
just
would have
kind of
brought.
conceded it.
Even if he was going to concede, do it differently. Have him going there, do it, you son of a bitch, do it, and have him do it. Like even Ric Flair put more of a fight, in his last
Yeah.
one.
And I mean, like
Like
I get what they were
he
going
just sat there
for.
and he sat there and sulked.
Now to play well and to play devil's advocate though, like you could talk about from a storyline standpoint of him realizing it's all over.
Yeah,
Like our careers are done now. The Dudley boys are done. We have lost this match, and I'm just giving you my respect. But I would have liked to like for the Bubba character and the Dudley boys character. It was a little strange to see him just kind of be like, just
yeah,
put me through a table very
yeah.
unceremoniously.
It was very anticlimactic
Mhm.
as far as I'm concerned.
I thought the post match was absolutely beautiful, and that
I'm not
was
gonna lie
that
to you,
that
dude.
was a
I
shoot.
got yeah. It obviously was. I don't think the Hardys were expecting that at all.
No, they were not
Uh,
expecting the boots.
I'm loving that the commentary team opted just to shut up
Yeah,
and let it be. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I got teary-eyed watching Bubba get that emotional is not something you see often. Seeing
Jeff was crying in
Jeff
the ring.
Hardy
Yeah,
openly crying in the ring. It was very emotional. I got teary-eyed during that. Watching them take off their boots. Um, be, when these moments happen, when it's real, not like when Cody Rhodes did it, but when holy shit, this is the end of an era for us. This is something, and especially with guys like you and I, guys at our age, literally grew up with these guys.
hmm
We've been watching these two teams fight for 25 years, and we just watched it for the last time. Watching them take off those boots and then having the respect to hand the boots over was a bit of a different, because normally
you just put him in
a
the
wrestler,
ring.
you take off your boots, you put in the ring, and that's it. They handed the boots over, and they never let go for the rest until they left the ring. They were holding those boots in their hands like they were titles.
hmm
I think I have a stinking feeling that behind stage they kept those boots.
1,000%. If I was the
They, they,
Hardys,
they,
I would have the
that that
Dudleys sign
that that
those
that
boots.
that the Dudleys gifted those boots to the Hardys, saying
Yeah.
thank you.
And if I was them, I would. If I was the Hardys, I would get Bubba and Devon to sign those boots, and I would display them proudly in my home until I died, and then I would either pass them to my children or put them in a Hall of Fame.
So here's my question before we move on to the main event. When it comes time for the Hardys to take off their boots, who's on the other end of the ring?
I think it's too hard to tell right now because the tag team division is so inconsistent.
Is it a legendary team, or is it a team they need to or are they going to pass the torch?
I think they pass the torch. I don't think the Dudleys needed to pass the torch.
No, absolutely not.
And you know what though?
This was their perfect swan song.
The Dudleys passed the torch to a few teams in the WWE before they left. They put the Usos over. They put Enzo and Cass over. They put everybody. They put the Wyatts over.
You just mentioned one team that I think could be a Hardy Boy last match is the Usos.
They've had a few matches together.
They have. I wouldn't mind seeing them as the last match.
Yeah, I would not have a problem with that. I would love to see the Hardys and the Machine Guns have a match together.
Oh my God, at least one.
I don't know if they've had one. I don't think they have.
I don't think so.
Maybe like multi-mans, like maybe a crossover and a ladder match here and there, but I don't even think that. I don't think that should be their final opponent either, but I think there's a tag team that we don't know about yet or maybe a team like Fraxium, like that.
Yeah.
That if they're gonna really get behind. But again, it's gonna depend too. Like the Hardys, they are looking phenomenal right now. And there's really no need to see them looking to retire.
I'm not saying it's happening tomorrow. I'm just
No, I know you're not, but I'm saying like this could be 5 years down the road, and who knows what the landscape is like. I don't think we've seen the tag team that the Hardys passed the torch to yet.
I think that we're gonna see the Hardys do a bunch of cool stuff between now and then.
Yeah,
I think they're still gonna do some stuff in TNA.
Well, and Matt Hardy's.
I don't think we've seen the end of them in NXT, and I think WWE.
Oh, no, they're the champs. Yeah.
I think they will do a final swanton song in WWE.
Yeah, they'll retire in WWE for sure.
Yeah,
I hope we see them.
I mean proper WWE, not NXT.
Yeah. And Matt Hardy nailed the hammer right on the head on our show when he was talking about this match, and he said it's going to be an emotional match and there's going to be people crying, and he was right.
Mm-hmm.
Main event time.
Perfect send off for them. Perfect.
Absolutely.
I don't know if I like the spot on the card, just because we came out. I'm already feeling a certain way about that X Division match. Then we go into the emotions of this. I've got no buffer to go into this main event. Dude, I was spent by the main event. Mm-hmm. I wasn't. My headspace wasn't ready for the main event.
Here's the question then:
I needed a buffer.
Do you think that the emotionalness of the Hardys and Team 3D took away from the emotionalness of Santana winning the title and sharing that moment with his daughter in the ring?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I know I originally said that the right call was Mike and Trick in the main event. I'm not sure I agree with that with my own statements anymore.
Do you main event with the Hardys in 3D then? In hindsight?
I think so.
I don't. I just think they should have put it earlier on the card.
Even earlier in the card would have been okay with me because I would have had that buffer and I would have been I would have been ready for it.
Like I said on the show last week, I think they should have done the Hardys and the Dudleys, and then they should have done the Gauntlet Battle Royal.
That would have been perfect for me. That would have been perfect because I would have been pissed off about the Gauntlet, and I've been ready for some good wrestling. That would have been perfect for me. But I would have put some space in between. I would have done the X Division, then something like maybe one of the women's matches, then the fucking Hardys, then the Gauntlet, then the main event.
Or yeah, you had the hardcore war. You could have broken up in the middle.
Having those three matches together, it was too much for me.
I get what they're going for because you want to go boom, 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 boom to finish. But I think that the main event and the tag team match were very similar stories being told from an emotion standpoint. Mm-hmm. Well, let's start bringing it home here with the main event. Mike Santana, your brand new TNA heavyweight champion. How are we feeling about that? Did we get all we could out of Trick's title run? Do you think there was more legs to it?
No, and he's going straight into a thing with Ricky Saints, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I want to have a side thing too for in a minute, but I think he ran his course. He did exactly what his job was to do.
I thought he was a great TNA champion.
He was to take that TNA title, show it to the NXT crowd, be like, hey, there's a show over here, and then vice versa. He was the perfect man to pick for that spot.
Yeah, he did a great job as champion.
Mike said it is now Mike Santana's ball to take and be like, Okay, so all you NXT people that are now looking at me, look, I'm Mike fucking Santana. I'm the champion now. It's Mike Santana's time. It was the perfect time. If they wouldn't, this would have been a Joe Hendry situation if they didn't put it on him now. I truly believe that. Not only now, but at Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is the show that you have to have a thing like that. If Trick wins at Bound for Glory, what are we doing here? You know? Um,
I
but
yeah, you go
I
ahead. What do you
do
got?
I do. You asked me a question last night. You said, "So, does Mike make your year end?" And I wasn't able to give you an answer yet because I don't know if the match and the moment lived up to my expectations. But I don't know if that's just because I was so out of it by then. This is what I'm talking about. I was emotionally spent after the Hardys. So maybe I have to wait a bit, wait a few weeks and rewatch the match with a different mindset and go in to see if I like the match more. But I'll be honest with you, the moment, the match, everything was not what I wanted it to be. I don't know what I wanted, but it wasn't that.
I'll tell you what I didn't like about it. I thought that we're seeing this. I didn't think we needed the post match call your gauntlet shit.
No.
I think that the moment should have been Santana and his daughter.
Yeah.
And it's just TNA. It's just it's been the story of TNA though. This is the one negative thing I will constantly say about TNA is they just
Overbooked.
overbooked shit
Yeah.
that doesn't need. There's no reason why that segment couldn't have been done on Impact this week. Mike
Yeah.
Santana in the ring cutting a promo. Frankie comes out from behind. Fuck, I don't have the trophy. Dolph's got the trophy. Like, there's where the fun angles can begin with this. You
Yeah. It
know?
didn't. Now, in playing devil's advocate, he did allude to it earlier in the show.
Yeah.
He did say, I might be world champion later today. So I guess there
I'm
was
just
foreshadowing,
I'm just so
but
tired
but
though of
I do agree with you though.
I'm just so tired of I'm gonna have to and I'm gonna throw this out to Adam Contant, good friend of the show, colleague of the show. Adam, I'm gonna ask you this, and Mike, I'll ask you this because I don't think you're gonna know the answer. Just putting you on the spot like this. How many Bound for Glories have ended with some form of call your shot gauntlet, tease, cash in, interaction? It's too many.
Too
It's
many.
too many. Like,
Yeah.
man, it's just like you can do it on TV. Let the big moments have the big moments.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've said this before about the Money in the Bank. They've only done that a small handful of times where somebody has tried to cash in the night of, and it works when they do it because it doesn't happen all the time.
Mhm.
You do the same thing over and over and over again, and it loses its appeal, and that goes with anything in wrestling, right? And yes, that is a constant sin of TNA.
I'm almost ready for the Money in the Bank concept to be retired.
You've been saying that since we started this show.
It's getting time, guys. That's it. That's
But before we leave, I just want to say one thing because I had a little side tangent about stars in professional wrestling right now. The people see as stars. We got a couple of people I think getting pushed really big right now. That one I know you don't see anything in, and I did, and now I don't. I think it's time to. I think you and I are in the minority, but I'm now on your side. I think it's time to pull the plug in LA Knight. I don't get why
who?
he's still LA Knight.
LA Knight? That guy?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Do I think it's time to pull the plug on LA Knight? Yeah, I do.
I don't I don't see why he's still in these storylines.
Here's the thing with LA
I don't
Knight.
get,
This is
but there's
it. This
somebody
is
else.
my rant on LA Knight. I don't think LA Knight is a bad wrestler.
Oh,
I enjoy his in-ring work. His
I look.
character just
Eli was one of
feels
my favorite guys on the Indies back in the day. I
I
loved
didn't
him.
like I've never liked his character work. It just feels so phony. Like he
Yeah,
doesn't like there's nothing to me that I see this guy and I'm just like, whoa, this guy's really cool. Or like, whoa, this guy's genuine. Or whoa, like he always seems like he's playing a character to me. And it never just seems like this is who I am. And I know that's funny because it's wrestling, but like The Undertaker was always playing a character. I believe
yeah,
that character. I
Sure.
believe the Undertaker. You know what I mean? And like, I just don't. There's just something that doesn't connect with me with LA Knight, and it's just his character work. It just seems really fake to me.
Everything you just said encompasses what the next person I'm going to talk about. NXT is a place where you're supposed to grow the future, right? And for the most part, I've been trying to watch more NXT lately. And for the most part, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm seeing a lot of great stuff. There are people that I can't wait to see on the main roster later. There's one man I have no interest in ever seeing on the main roster, and he's the man that they are pushing the hardest, and that's Ricky Saints.
Hold on, hold on.
I don't get
Wait,
it.
wait, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to ask you a couple questions here, and you need to
Yeah,
let me finish. Just give me your answer. Did you just say, did you just
yeah,
say that you don't want to see LA Knight be pushed?
I did.
Did you just say that you don't want to see Ricky Saint be pushed?
I did.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage? Did we just become best friends? I don't think I've ever agreed with you more in my
No,
entire life. They are not my guys. And it's not to knock their talent. I just don't click with their characters because I both think that they're trying to be things they're not. I get Rock ripoffs from both of them. And they're,
I see. I hear that a lot. I get that from LA Knight. I get that 100%. I don't see that in Ricky Saints. I don't get that.
it's
I don't get that.
not vibing.
But what I do get from him, I don't like. I'm not vibing with it. I'm not enjoying it. I don't buy anything he says.
Next
I
week,
don't enjoy anything.
Canada with Mike and Tyler live from the garage, Karate Expo. Mike and I
Can
have
I
become best
can I
friends.
can I tell you a secret?
Yeah,
The last time I was at your house, I put my nuts on your drum kit.
you son of a bitch.
I think
Yes,
that's it, man. That was a whole lot of wrestling.
that's it.
That's it.
We even threw a mini list in there too. How about that?
Yeah, list.
All right,
Listy
well,
list.
I got nothing else.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week as we usually are. I don't know what we're doing, but we'll be there. We'll be here. It's not. Is it a bear? No, it's not a berry week, so we
No,
won't have anything. But if you haven't got tickets for the November 1st show, which is the 11th anniversary of Barry Wrestling, go
to the day
fucking
of
get
their
them.
first show. To the day of their first show.
You crazy people! I am making my return to Barry Wrestling because I can't miss this show. It's called Dead Souls. Please go get your tickets. Get in there. It's going to be phenomenal.
Yes, Survivor
Can
Series match just announced.
give us a couple matches. What are we going to see at this on this card?
We are going to see Shiloh defending her Barry Wrestling Women's Championship against Wanda Del Rey.
Yeah, baby.
Wanda recently has turned on Shiloh, so that is going to be a big grudge match. We are going to see let me make sure I get the sponsor right here, the Renegade Derby Dames sponsored Survivor Series match, where we are going to be seeing, let me pull up the names here, Clay Wilson, Drea Mitchell, who I've not had the pleasure of meeting before, Kingsley and Stratosphere teaming up against a team of Grizzly Mac, Anthony Musso, Alexia Nicole, and the Elite Athlete Nova Survivor Series style match.
Before we sign off here, let me ask you one big question because you look at WWE look at WWE right now. People like Rhea Ripley and so many amazing stars from Australia. And then you look at our scene. What the fuck is in the water in Australia that makes such amazing wrestlers?
Man,
We've got Cash Jordan and Kingsley doing some of the greatest things. They were some of the stars at Cowbell Wrestling back in the summer. They're doing phenomenal things in Barry Wrestling. I think Kaz just went back home, unfortunately.
yes, Kaz went back home to meet up with Julian and
But
Clyde's. We've got Jimmy Townsend in town also right now. He's here for a little
yes,
while. Him and Gabriel
but
Fuerza had a match of the year candidate last year
but
or last
Kingsley,
month. Sorry.
if you haven't seen Kingsley live, not only is she only the most entertaining wrestler on the scene right now, she's goddamn good in the ring.
Oh yeah,
I can't wait
best
to get
theme
her on
song
the show
ever.
because best theme song ever. It's on Spotify now, which is awesome. Anybody who hasn't seen Kingsley Live, go do it. I can't wait to get her on this show.
I got big heat from Mike Jeffries doing commentary for Kingsley and my love for Kingsley. When I came back to the desk after, because I was doing ring announcing and commentating helping commentate the show because Diamond Jim couldn't make it, and Kingsley made her entrance and started doing her dance in the ring, and I was trying to dance with her in the ring very poorly. I was trying to copy her dance moves, and then I got back to the desk and I was singing her theme song, and Mike Jeffries got very angry with me.
Makes sense. only because he's gonna have it stuck in his head for the rest of the day. That was that was what Shelly told me when well, I'll pull the curtain back a little bit. When we were doing cowbell, I had asked you, I said, Kingsley's a face at this show. She never works face. So does her entrance work? Are we going to do her entrance? She's going to sing her song. Is it going to work?
Oh yeah,
And
what?
you told me to say, yeah, we're going to do it. And when I went to Shelly, for those who don't know, Shelly's our amazing, phenomenal music lady,
Hall of Famer, my tag team partner.
Hall of Famer.
Even though she
So
turned heel on me and joined KPK.
Oh God. So I went to Shelly, and I obviously was the ring announcer at that show. So I was working with Shelly with the match order and stuff. And I'm telling her all the cues. And she says, so Kingsley's not singing her song, right? I said, well, yeah, she is. And she looks at me. She goes, no. I said, yeah. She goes, she's a face. I said, yeah, no, it's going to work. I promise. She goes, no, I don't want her to sing it. Why? She goes, because then I'm going to be singing it for the rest of the day. And I mean, I lost it. And she did. She sang it for the rest of the day.
It is not uncommon for me to go through the day and just randomly sing that song. It is on my spot. It is on my Spotify playlist.
Not to mention, and I know she's a heel, so she might get mad at me for saying this. Not to mention, she's one of the biggest sweethearts I've ever met. She's such a phenomenal human being. I really enjoyed working with her at Galbo.
Kayfabe, brother.
Kayfabe. All right, that's it. That's all. Nothing else. We're gonna cut it before I have anything else to say because I can say a lot. We could have done a whole show on that X Division match.
Ugh.
Until next week, my loves. You have been Down and Out.
Cheers.